Hey guys, my name is Keisha. I'm one of the photographers here at Caliburn, and I'm starting a photo series where I take one of the suggestions from people on my social media, and for the next 6 months we just do that kind of photography. People that follow me on Instagram or Facebook probably have already seen the posts that asked you to vote and help out, like do your thing. So the winning photography genre for the next 6 months is abstract nature. Yeah, I don't know what it means either. So I decided that I would look it up. So I pulled a definition of the term abstract on Google, and it turns out that the term abstract is just as vague in definition as it is in just the word. So I mean, the first thing that comes up is existing in thought or as an idea, but not having a physical or concrete existence. I don't know about you, but that doesn't really give me a whole lot to go off of for photography or art. Is it just do whatever the hell you want and then say that it's abstract? Because if we're going off of art terms, pretty much, but I think abstract nature photography should have a little bit more to go off of, you know? So I decided to look it up on Google Images, and what came up was actually some pretty neat stuff. Like, a lot of it was very into looking at patterns and nature's complexity but in a simplistic sort of view. Some of it was a little bit more loud and a little bit more unnerving. And so I think this is going to be a really good start. Like, if you look here at Joseph Rosbach's Dandelion, these photographers will be in the description below if you want to, like, links to their website if you want to see more of their work. But Joseph Rosbach, he did this beautiful, beautiful up-close shot of a dandelion, and you can see all of the different patterns that come with a photo like this. It's quite beautiful. And lastly, I'm going to show you guys Jeff Sinon. His plant, it's got some patterns to it, but it's also kind of weird and it twists around and does weird stuff. So ultimately, all of these shots are in their own way a little bit beautiful and a little bit weird, and you think abstract when you look at them. So I kind of gathered that it's about finding patterns or something that speaks to the complexity of nature. And I think its definition isn't as precise as one might like, but it actually gives you some freedom to move around and do different things. So for those of you who would like to follow along for this next week or so, just take some time to train your eye to look at nature and see a photo that you want to take. I want you to look for trigger moments where you see something and you just instantly are drawn to taking that photo or doing something about it. I mean, this photo I'm showing you just kick off this whole thing. I went on a trip to look at ghost towns with my husband. It didn't go so well. Apparently ghost towns there's no ruins, there's nothing like you would expect when you hear ghost town. It's just not there. Like, we ended up going by some farms where a town used to exist somewhere along some time ago, called Everts, and there's this beautiful river, and I just had a moment where while we were stopped looking, like keying in the GPS, where I was like, no, I have to go out and take a photo of this, because it was beautiful and it was reflecting the sky so lovely. So in those moments where you see something and you want to take a photo of it, do it. But don't fall into the trap of like, oh, well, I've got the photo, I've got one photo and I'm going. Take as many photos as you need, because photography isn't something that you can just do and say, well, I did a shot and that's it. Take some time and really get to know your subject. Separate it, find a way to make it special and make it to be something that draws your eye. And I think that's one of the biggest key things that we will need to be able to do if we're going to do abstract photography well. We need to make sure that our subject is the main focus, and finding those moments where we see the abstract in nature. So If you don't have a good camera or a fancy camera, that's fine. You can follow along with your phone too, but don't be upset if the photos don't turn out as great as you might have hoped. It's still training your eye to be a photographer's eye, and that's what you want to be doing. You want to be training your eye so that when you do get your hands on a nice camera, you can apply what you've learned and do it with the camera. You might not be able to learn all of the things that I will be exploring with you guys, but no, don't knock phone cameras too, because while it hurts to say this, you can still learn things about photography using your phone camera. Use the ability to take multiple photos. Don't rely on it, because ultimately you want to hone your skills so that you can get the perfect shot without taking 1,000 photos. But don't take one photo and think that that's the only thing that you have to do. If you're following along, go on Instagram, like Keisha Aaron Photography, and post your own stuff. Post it to the hashtag abstract nature Caliburn, and I'll be able to see your stuff. Might show up in the next video. Also, if you'd like to see some of the portraiture work that I'm doing with my cohorts here at Caliburn, feel free to like at Caliburn Photography as well, or like us on Facebook. All of those links will be in the description down below, and you guys can enjoy that. Down in the description below is the links to the photographers that I referenced and borrowed photos from, links to Caliburn's Instagram, our Facebook page, and my personal Instagram account if you want to follow along in this photo series, as well as a reminder of which hashtag to use when you're uploading so that I can see them. And don't forget to be a part of the moment, because they're over just as soon as they come. Thanks guys, see you next week. Bye.